hope everyone is doing good and staying safe. I have been asked to speak on the Global Compact on Education, together to look beyond and our response. It is a thoughtful initiative and an appeal by Pope Francis to endorse and support the Global Pact to build hope, unity, and harmony. It highlights the need for the worldwide change in the field of education by collaboration to move forward with a new change envisioned. Let us spare some productive thoughts by introspecting the present educational system in line with the vision of our Holy Father. The Global Compact on Education is to ensure that every human has access to a quality education in agreement with the dignity of the human person and our common vocation to fraternity. How do our institutions respond to this? Are we not systematically denying the access to those in need of our institutions? Shall we make it a policy that all our Catholic institutions shall do our best to promote education to those who are in periphery and extend financial support so as to help them to have access to a quality education resulting in a better quality of life? The Pontiff stated that radical decisions must be made at certain moments in history, and this is one of those moments. According to the reports available from international agencies, there are about 250 million children without attending the schools in the world. The COVID pandemic added another 100 million children deprived of their right to education due to disparity in educational and technological opportunities. The situation is alarming, and we need to respond to the call of the Pontiff by making necessary changes in our educational policies and provide access to a value-based quality education. By the Global Compact on Education, the Pope wants the education to be transformative. The educational process should help the individual to respond to the challenges and problems of today and find solutions to the needs of every generation. We need to question ourselves to what extent the education that we offer in our schools are transformative. Are we not going along with the current practices? Have we not neglected our values and sense of justice and reduced to the level of a service provider to the society? Any transformation requires personal conviction. If we are sincere and honest in our convictions, a desired transformation may take place. The Holy Father wants education to cater to the needs of every generation. The generational diversity presents educational institutions with a wide range of challenges. It is difficult to change the mentality of the older generations, and that's why we have to focus on the young ones. We have to change the way young people think. As the Pope says, they can break that chain of events and pessimism which are the result of ideologies that oppose the true good for humanity. Is the present education system that we offer cater to the needs of the younger generation? They work better if they are understood and appreciated well. Our education should enable them to work in groups that emulate the work environment and work culture. We need to think away from mere preparation of the young and the talented children only for the white-collar jobs that are believed to be respected and well paid off. Finally, are our children instilled with values of respect, patience, and acceptance to the older generations whom they will have to collaborate in future? Our schools must aim for an adaptive education to accept the social challenges and find solutions to the needs of every generation at school level. Pope is calling the attention of all of us to wake up from that slumber mode and get into the action of committing ourselves to be the warriors of this social transformation in the world of education today. It is the concern of the Holy Father that our educational institutions shall place the human beings as the center of priority. Education is not about imparting facts and developing skills, but grasping the interdependence of humanity. The value of our educational practices, the Pope says, will be measured not simply by the results of standardized tests, but by the ability to affect the heart of the society to give birth to a new culture. The Holy Father says that he believes a different world is possible, and this calls for the involvement of every aspect of our humanity, both as individuals and in our communities. This is what should make our schools as unique institutions. We are not only focusing our attention on the intellectual formation of the children, but also the formation of the heart, which will initiate the beginning of the new culture that makes ripples in the society. The Global Compact on Education is heading towards this goal. If we look to our educational system, we understand that it was more of a syllabic-centered education than the child-centered education. In a world of cutthroat competition and throwaway culture, our attention was to promote the concepts in arts and science and have totally neglected the concepts of human values, social justice, dignities, and relationship with others and with the nature. We are paying price for this negligence that we tolerated in our educational system. Through Global Compact on Education, Pope wants our educational approach to be an antidote to individualistic culture. The Pope pointed out that education is a natural antidote to the individualistic culture that at times degenerates into a true cult of the self and the primacy of indifference. There is an African proverb saying that it takes a whole village to educate a child. The right education of the child is the responsibility of the community. The whole community must come together and interact with children in order to grow and experience a safe and healthy environment for them. A problem cannot be tackled by one person alone. Everyone involved needs to play their part and support one another. School can organize a platform for community network involving parents, teachers, and students. By doing so, each party would be proactive and involved with the issues at hand, as well as support one another in times of need. The Holy Father wants education to be proactive against the grave social injustice, violations of rights, terrible forms of poverty, and the waste of human lives. He wants the integral process to take into consideration the problems that beset young people today, such as depression, addiction, aggressiveness, verbal hatred, bullying, the abuse of minors, the phenomenon of child marriage, the tragedy of children being sold into slavery, as well as the sufferings endured by our planet. We at our educational centers need to create proper mechanisms to bring awareness among the students about the social injustice happening around the world and make our children to disown that very act. Through Global Compact, the Holy Father wants education to open new horizons. Our present educational systems are marked by a mindset of replacement and repetition and are incapable of opening up new horizons that can give birth to a new culture. Let's take an active part in renewing and supporting our troubled societies. This can be incorporated by setting up ties with rural villages to make children to understand the life situations of people around them and bring about proactive solutions to issues faced by the needy. Through the Global Compact, the Holy Father invites the attention of all those agencies engaged in education to make a commitment to the following points. All our educational institutions shall be committed to the human-centered educational programs by valuing their dignity. We shall be committed to each of them to reject lifestyles of the throwaway culture. Younger generations are prone to be in favor of consumerism that goes deep into their relationships as well. We should instill the values of sustained relationships, the joy of commitment in accomplishing a work, and the need for commitment in life. Our educational institutions shall be committed to get rid of the concept of segregation. The concept is seeded in the young minds primarily in their families and in their schools. Therefore, to avoid this, schools should incorporate gender-fluid activities, avoid labeling on academic achievements at school level. We shall be committed to create a platform to listen to their problems and their viewpoints. In addition, we need to organize various workshops for students such as life skills, gender sensitization, parent workshops to prepare them for challenging situations in regard to their adolescence problems. Schools should also place importance on counseling sessions for both students and parents. Our institutions shall be committed to empowerment of girls and women in education. To do this, our educational institutions shall reach out with monetary support to the education of girl-child and motivate them to pursue their education to higher levels. Institutions can collaborate with communities and families in promoting the importance of education. The doors of our centers shall be opened to accept and educate the most vulnerable, marginalized, and differentially abled individuals. We will be committed to finding new ways of understanding the community, politics, growth, and progress that can truly stand at the service of mankind. A learning platform can be set up in all our institutions like social action groups, debate clubs, Model United Nations, etc. As children can discuss and debate on the current world issues, they become aware of world problems, find out causes, and come out with their own solutions. We shall be committed to safeguard our planet, protecting it from exploitation of its resources. We shall promote a more sober lifestyle marked by the use of renewable energy sources, respect for the natural and human environment in accordance with the principles of subsidiarity, solidarity, and circular economy. Our schools shall be declared as zero waste and no plastic zones. We need to promote the culture of reduce, reuse, and recycle in our schools, thus paying respect to Mother Earth and sustaining it for future generations. Finally, we all will commit ourselves courageously to develop an educational plan within our respective places, investing our best energies and introducing creative and transformative process in cooperation with civil society. Quoting the words of the Holy Father, we must move forward, all of us together, each as we are, but always looking ahead to the building of a civilization of harmony and unity, in which there will be no room for the terrible pandemic of the throwaway culture. Thank you, and God bless.